Hey guys, my name is Isaac and welcome back to another All Things Podcast episode. Today, I'm giving my initial thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi Part III. Now, there will be spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen Part 3 or haven't seen Part 1 or 2, then I suggest you do not continue on listening to this episode of All Things Podcast. But if you don't really care and you want to know spoilers, then I guess you can stay. But yeah, just a warning that there are spoilers ahead. So my initial thoughts for Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 3. It came out about 2 hours ago and I've already watched it twice. Now, I personally really enjoyed this episode. Probably my favourite episode we have got so far. Still, and it's insane to believe there's only 3 more episodes to go. Man, I wish there was more episodes for Season 2. Who knows, but who knows if there will be. But, 3 episodes to go. Hopefully the episodes will be a bit longer, because this episode was only 40 minutes long. So was episode 2. Episode 1 was about an hour, episode 2 40 minutes, episode 3 40 minutes. So I hope episode 4, 5, 6 are at least 50 minutes long. I would much prefer that, more content obviously. And yeah, my initial thoughts for part 1. We see Vader. We finally get an episode which has Vader in a lot of the scenes. And I love to see that. We hear James L. Jones's voice. He's also obviously in the credits as the voice of Darth Vader. Hayden Christensen is in the suit. We see Hayden Christensen with all the burnt makeup on when Darth Vader's getting his helmet on. And personally, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. Kenobi and Vader had a showdown. Vader tortured Kenobi and created fire, and then he threw him in the fire so then Kenobi could feel what Anakin felt. Yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. We didn't see the Grand Inquisitor in this episode, so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with him. He can't be dead because, well, that breaks canon, and because he's in Star Wars Rebels, he dies in Star Wars Rebels, and so surely they can't make Rebels non-canon. They won't do that. They can't, because the Ahsoka show is like a Rebel season 5, so they can't make that Legends and non-canon. So I don't know how they're gonna bring the Grand Inquisitors back, like if they're even gonna show us, because he is still alive. He has to be, because he's in Rebels. And to his species, Powans, they have 2 stomachs, meaning Reva stabbed him with the lightsaber in probably one of his stomachs. You know how humans have 2 lungs? We have 2 lungs. We can survive with 1. We have 2, so then we have a backup. Like my grandma, she only has 1 lung, but she's still alive. She's 80 years old. And so you can still survive with 1 lung. But if that lung becomes damaged, then you have no more backups and you're dead. So that's same with these Powan species. They obviously have 2 stomachs. So if one gets damaged, they could repair it by Grand Inquisitor going into a Bacta tank, or he could just now live with one stomach, because we can survive with 1 lung. They could probably survive with 1 stomach. A lot of people have been just saying, they have 2 stomachs, they can be fine. So I hope what I just explained gives you more information and more in depth on how he could still be alive. But no, I really enjoyed this episode. I cannot wait for part 4. We have to wait a whole week now. Part 3 was really good. Obviously, we saw Leia for majority of the episode. No Tatooine, and I really hope Obi-Wan goes back to Tatooine soon, because he isn't really meant to leave Tatooine. Yoda instructed him to stay on Tatooine and watch over the boy, Luke Skywalker. And I mean, obviously they can't have the whole show on Tatooine. That'd be a boring-ass show. But he has to return to Tatooine sometime soon. I wouldn't mind if he returns and then has to leave again. But we'll see where that goes. He obviously cannot stay off Tatooine for forever. And obviously he doesn't. Well, if Yoda found out, Yoda would be reasonable about it. But he would also be quite mad, because Yoda, he's instructed him to stay on Tatooine and watch over the boy. But also, Luke's not only the special Skywalker, there's also Leia out there. And so if Yoda found out that Leia needed to be saved, I think he would be kind of reasonable with Obi-Wan leaving to go save Leia. but he probably would have said to Obi-Wan, "Oh, you should have found someone to watch over the boy." And I agree with that. That's one thing I'm not happy about, that Obi-Wan didn't find somebody to look over Luke, whether that be Rex, whether that be Ahsoka, literally anybody. So yeah, we'll see where episode 4 takes us. I cannot wait. I really hope we get some cameos, whether Ahsoka's in there or, Rex, a clone trooper. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if we will. I'd love to, if we get a Palpatine cameo, who knows? But I'd love to see another Jedi in there, like a Ahsoka or even a clone trooper. Quinlan Vos survived Order 66. We got a tease of him in Part 3, and that was insane. On that planet they were on, forgot the name of it, but, his markings were on the wall. And, yeah, Quinlan Vos, he survived Order 66. I'm so hyped about that. So, we 99.9% sure that we will see Quinlan Vos sometime in Kenobi. That would be sick. We haven't seen him in live action. Obviously, he's only been in the Clone Wars. So, obviously, we have to see him now. They've teased him. But yeah, so that's one cameo I think we definitely will get, and I'm hyped for that. I also hope we at least hear Qui-Gon. We haven't heard him yet. We've only heard him in, like, flashbacks and, like, dream sequences and stuff. Like, we haven't heard him actually directly speaking to Obi-Wan yet. And Obi-Wan has obviously been trying to reach out to him, but Obi-Wan isn't connecting with the Force strong enough just quite yet. But I think by the end of the show, Kenobi, he will, connect with the Force again and be able to connect with Qui-Gon. And that will lead us right into A New Hope, and Kenobi is an old wise man. Because in A New Hope, he's wise, he's courageous, and in Kenobi at the moment, he's obviously not, in the show. So, hopefully by the end of the show, we will see Kenobi transform into that old wise man. Alright guys, so that's my little first initial thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 3. I honestly really enjoyed it. Probably my favourite episode we've got so far. So far, probably like Part 3, Part 1, Part 2. In order. First Part 3, then Part 1, then Part 2. Part 1 and 2 probably actually tie. I've loved the show so far, and I can't wait for Part 4, 5, and 6. This is probably the last time you're going to see me until Kenobi is over, as some things have happened, some personal things have happened, and I just think I should take a little break for a month or like 3 weeks until Kenobi's finished. So this is the last time you'll see me for about 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe I might come back in between that to interview somebody. Depends what opportunities come up, but if there's somebody that is available for me to interview, then I'll see you guys then. If not, I'll see you guys when Kenobi's over, and I'll do a whole series review with hopefully like 3, 4, or like 5 guests where we all just talk about Kenobi. So yeah, I'll see you on Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1 is finished, or sometime in between I may have a guest come onto the show and I may interview them. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching today's episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'm loving Kenobi so far. Hope you guys are too. And there's one more thing I actually want to say before I end this off. Moses Ingram, she's been getting a lot of hate for playing the character Reva, the third sister, and I am not on about that, bro. The hate she's got, it's heartbreaking to see that Star Wars fans do that. And I honestly cannot believe that there are people out there who go and do that. Like, what goes through your mind when you're behind your screen typing all that stuff? I can't imagine it, man. I just feel so sorry for Moses, and Moses Ingram, please feel welcome to the Star Wars community. You're playing Reva great. You're playing how her character is written, and I really think you're a great actor. Yeah, I can't believe how people are treating Moses because of her portraying a character. Moses Ingram didn't create the character, did she? She got the role, and she is playing Reva. She's playing Reva great, in my opinion. She's playing her how she's meant to be played. I even said before the show came out to all Star Wars fans, please do not blame the actors, but blame the poor script writing. And I don't think there's poor script writing at all. But still, people go out and blame the actor, and it's disappointing to see. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next 2 to 4 weeks, either with a guest on the show interviewing them, or when Kenobi's over and I'll do a whole series review with hopefully like 4 or 5 guests. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching today's All Things Podcast episode. Episode, what, like 18 now? Wow, we're nearly at 20 episodes in. Yeah, we're growing a lot on the podcast, and I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next episode. Thanks, everybody. Take care.